Now, the survivors of this remnant, this is the survivors of the covenant, for what? That they might recount the works of truth and judgment and your marvelous deeds. So this is the reason for him to recover this remnant. Now, here is Matthew 24, and I need to go here so we can get some kind of perspective when it comes to Matthew 24, because we didn't know what we know now. Let's see, can we make heads or tails of this? Starting at the end of the 3rd verse, it says, "What will be the sign of your coming and the end of the age? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no one deceive you. We will be in a time of deception like never before. Many will come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and will deceive many." Okay, we understand this, we see this, we know this. "You will hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you are not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nations will rise against nations." Nations is the people. Here is the people. Here are the people rising against the people, and the kingdom against the kingdom. And there will be famines, pestilence, earthquakes in various places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. The famines, we read about famine coming, pestilence coming. We read this in the prophets. Then, look at verse 9. "Then they will deliver you to tribulation," deliver you up to tribulation and kill you. Okay. All right. For the people that say he's going to deliver everyone, why did Yahushua say this? Now notice, none of these people will have an explanation for this. None of the people will have an explanation of what's going on in Daniel, where the enemies making war with the righteous and overcoming them and killing them. No one will these people are just, like I said, they are listening to the sit still, do nothing doctrine. This is, "And you will be hated by all nations for my name's sake. And then many will be offended." Why are they offended? Here's the reason they're offended. These people going to be waiting on the Most High to deliver them when he done already command you to deliver. He command us to deliver ourselves. He's not going to come through for them. They're going to be offended, and they're going to betray one another. These people in these camps, they're going to betray one another, and they're going to hate one another. We're already hating on each other. We're doing this. We see this now, and it's going to come to the point when they're going to be killing each other. "Then many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. And because of lawlessness," they're going to forget about the Torah. When these famines hit, when they're going to see the Most High ain't coming back, and that doctrine they believe, it was found on a lie. When they figure this out, this is when they're going to say, forget Torah, forget the Most High. And they're going to they're going to be lawless. And the love of many will grow cold. Watch this. "But he that endureth to the end shall be saved." These people are not trying to endure to the end. They're looking for an easy way out. Just like the rapture. They're looking for an easy way out. Just like the spaceship's going to come get us. Easy way out. Sit still, do nothing doctrine. That's an easy way out. Easy is not the way. The scripture said difficult is the way. We went over this. "And this Bashar of the kingdom will be proclaimed in all the world as a witness to all nations, and then the end will come." This is when the end will come. And this is what we're doing now. We're using this platform while we have a chance, and this message is going throughout the world. And this message will go throughout the world. And this Bashar is the message of righteousness. Let me tell you, it's words that we've never heard before. We didn't get what we're getting now in the churches. We didn't get what we're getting now. What you get from this channel, you didn't get from the camp. They don't break things down the way you hear and see things broken down on different people, single people platforms like this one, where there's no one controlling and telling these people what you can put up, what you can't put up. 15. "Therefore, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet standing in the Kadash place, whoever reads, let him understand." Okay, this is going into the tribulation here. And I want to get to the part 29, because even the Christians have figured this part out. Immediately after the tribulation of those days, you see, you have to go. This is the tribulation. And this is the reason the people will experience tribulation, because they didn't listen. They didn't come out. They didn't listen to the Father. So they will experience tribulation. The sun will be darkened, the moon will not give light, the stars will fall from heaven, and the powers of Shamaim will be shaken. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in heaven. He's coming after. You know, it's amazing. Some of the Christians done figured this one out. And I'm like, well, congratulations. I'm glad. But our people still hadn't figured this out. They're saying Yahushua is coming to get us. He's going to do this. We saw the second gathering when he come back. That's after the tribulation. The people in the wilderness will be protected. But these people, the ones on the outside, that's how we can make this statement. Whether people believe it or not, it's up to them. Soon they will see. But we see after the tribulation, he appears. The Son of Man, he coming in the clouds from Shamaim with power and great majesty. And he will send the messengers with the sound of the trumpet. They're going to gather together the righteous. And here we see him gathering the people, that's this army that's coming with him to fight. This is what this is all about. And the enemy knows this all too well. Okay, I'm going to go back to my paper, my notes. Because you have created us for yourself. This is what he created us for, himself. That we may be an everlasting people. They tried to cut us off, but he meant for us to be an everlasting people. You have decreed for us a destiny of light according to your truth. And the Prince of Light you have appointed. The Prince of Light, here's Yahushua. You have appointed from ancient times to come to our support. This is Yahushua coming to our support. All the sons of righteousness are in his hands. He will be leading the charge. And all the spirits of truth are under his dominion. But Belial, the messenger of wickedness you have created for the pit. His rule is in darkness, and his purpose is to bring out wicked. This is his purpose. And his rule is in darkness, and his purpose is to bring out wickedness and iniquity, lawlessness. He wants us to break Yahuwah's law. All the spirits of his company, the messengers of destructions, walking according to the precepts of darkness. There's a precept of righteousness and there's a precept of darkness. Toward them is their inclination, but let us, the company of truth, rejoice in the mighty hand and be glad for your salvation and exalt, because you have delivered your people in Shalom, O mighty one of Yasharal. Who can compare with you in might? No one compare with him in might. Your might, what? Listen at this. Your mighty hand is with the poor. We have to understand this. His mighty hand is with the poor. That's why I'm telling people there's nothing too hard for him. You tap into his power and his mighty hand is with us, with the poor. Which Malak or prince can compare? Which Malak or prince can compare with you, your redeeming power? You have appointed the day of battle from ancient times to come to the aid of truth and to destroy iniquity and bring darkness low and to magnify light. He's going to bring darkness low and magnify light, to stand forever and to destroy all the sons of darkness, like the fire of his wrath against the idols of Egypt. And when they have risen from the slain to return to the camp, they shall all sing psalms of return. And in the morning they shall wash their garments. Here's after the battle. Wash their garments and shall cleanse themselves of the blood of the bodies of the unrighteous. So here's the cleansing process after being in this war. That they shall return to the position in which they stood in battle formation before the fall of the enemy slain. So they're going right back into the battle formation before the battle started. And here They shall all Barak Yahuwah, the mighty one of Yasharal, rejoicing together. They shall yada his name, and speaking, they shall say, Barak be the mighty one of Yasharal, who keeps mercy towards his covenant, and the appointed times of salvation. He has appointed times of salvation, and the people he has delivered. He has called them that staggered the mighty to his mighty deeds. So we staggered. We was weak. We were poor. He called us to his mighty deeds. We were weak. Remember, we were wimps, and he's going to make the wimps mighty warriors. It says they gathered and has gathered in the assembly of the nations to destruction without any remnant. So there are other nations, the wicked, he's out to destroy them without any remnant. He has lifted up the judgment of the fearful of heart, and has opened the mouth of the dumb, that they may yada the mighty works of Yahuwah. He has taught war to the hand of the feeble. All right, he taught war. He teaches the people war. He taught war to the weak. This is the feeble. And he steadied the trembling knees. Those that are fearful hearted, those that will be fearful before the battle, he's going to make them the knees to steady, to stop trembling. He has braced the back of the smitten. Among the poor in spirit there is power. Do we understand this yet? Among the poor in spirit there is power. Making the weak powerful. Making the weak mighty. Over the hard heart and by the perfect way. All the nations of wickedness have come to an end. Not one of the mighty men stands. But we are the remnant of your people. Barak be the name of Yahuwah of favor, who has kept the covenant of our fathers. Even though we broke the covenant, he kept the covenant. In all our generation, you have bestowed your wonderful favors on the remnant of your people. His favor. Remember, he showed us no favor in the land of our captivity. Those that's in the land of your captivity, he will show you no favor. He only woke us up. He visited us. That's it. He visited us, told us to keep the commandments, told us who we are, told us we need to come out of these lands. Then when we come back within his border, he restored his wonderful favor amongst his remnant of his people. And he removed us from under the dominion of Belial during all the mysteries of the mighty. He has not made us to stray from his covenant. He has driven the spirits of destruction far from us. At this time, the spirit of destruction would be driven far from us. Remember, we was in that spirit. We was doing that spirit. We was in the belly of the beast. He's going to drive this far from us. Just like he drove us far from his land, he's going to drive the wicked far from his people. You have preserved the souls of the redeemed. When the men of his dominion acted wickedly, be strong and valiant, be warriors. Listen at this. Be strong, be valiant, be warriors. We're being commanded to be warriors. Fear not. Do not be confused, and do not let your hands be afraid. Do not be fearful. Fear not. Fear not. Do not fall back, for they are a congregation of wickedness. Don't fall back. They are a congregation of wickedness. The righteous will overthrow them, and all their works are in darkness. They tend toward darkness. They make for themselves a refuge in falsehood. This is what our people are doing today. Those that say we don't have to come out of her, they're making themselves a refuge in a lie, in a falsehood. And it's very dangerous. And their power shall vanish like smoke. All the multitude of their community shall not be found. Damned as they are, all the substance of their wickedness shall quickly fade like a flower in the summertime. Be brave, strong for the battle of Yahuwah. We must be brave and strong in this battle. For this day is a time of battle of Yahuwah against the host of Belial and of the judgment of all flesh. The mighty one of Yasharal has lifted his hands up in might. He's telling us to be ready for this battle, to be strong, to have courage in this battle, and we will get the victory.